Hi, my name is Evan Wickman, and I'm the choir director at Maspeth High School. The music you will hear on this program is a culmination of months of practicing, reflecting, and recording. Some students recorded in their bedrooms, kitchens, closets, cars, and even in other countries. Through the magic of an audio workstation, all of their voices sound as one chorus. Typically, each concert has an overarching theme or message, and this performance is no different. Each piece presented contains a cycle. Composers have always been reflective in their music, writing about time, life, and their own cycles. Certainly, there are ways to identify specifically when a piece was written. The words are usually a dead giveaway. Much like our current situation with the novel coronavirus, composers in the past have grappled with disease outbreaks and plagues. J.S. Bach even wrote a cantata for illness titled Es ist nichts Gesundes an meinem Leibe, or There is Nothing Healthy in My Body. Naturally, there's an ebb and flow and cycle to history and in life. Seasons, months, days, loves, friendships, hardships, tension, release. In the same way, there are cycles in music. Texts, themes, and even musical ideas recycle. In the first song, the piece is performed in canon, literally musical phrases in cycles. The melody is presented and then performed in a round. The text also communicates this message of cycles. The second piece, the Equal Rights Rally Song, was written for the suffrage movement 100 years ago. This seemed apropos to prepare as we worked and recorded during the election season, another cycle. While women won the right to vote with the ratification of the 19th Amendment, there continue to be inequities in our voting process, and thus the cycle for fighting for voting rights continues. Cycles. What's old is new again. Everything that ends is also the beginning of something else. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the performance.
The first piece in our performance is an arrangement of the Israeli folk song Hashivenu. In this version, the piece is performed as a canon with several repetitions. The words translate roughly to, "Help us return to you, God, then surely we will return. Make new our days as in the past." The music literally cycles in the canon, and the words are a hope for renewal and the start of a new cycle.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Eleha, Enashua, Enashua. Kadesh, Kadesh, Yavenu Kedem. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Eleha. Hashivenu, Hashivenu,
In 2020, the United States celebrated the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. The next piece in our performance is the Equal Rights Rally Song. This song was written to be sung by suffragettes as they marched throughout the country to show the strength of their cause. The state that caused the ratification of the amendment was Tennessee, where days before the vote, supporters of the suffrage movement took to the streets. But it took only one vote, that of Harry T. Byrne, who received a letter from his mother the day of the decision, simply telling him to do the right thing. He voted in favor of women's rights and caused a ripple effect. The suffrage movement and women won the cause for which they fought so hard.
All women of America, in all your strength arise. Our cause beats onward in its might. Awake and claim the prize. We're marching on with shout and song, one hope, one aim, one mind. We've crossed the Rubicon at last, and left the bridge behind. We pledge our heart, we join the hand, resolved on victory. We are a bold, determined band, and strike for liberty. Hurrah, hurrah, for equal rights, hurrah. We pledge our heart, we join the hand, resolved on victory. We are a bold, determined band, and strike for liberty. We are a bold, determined band, and strike for liberty.
Before we conclude this performance, I wanted to take an opportunity to thank and congratulate the students on all of their hard work. The transition of chorus from in-person into remote learning has been stressful. Singing at home is no easy task, and the students deserve thanks. I'd also like to thank their families and siblings for being patient and understanding. Listening to somebody learn music is also no easy task. I'd like to thank our administration for their support. Mr. Pachter and Mr. Singh have been huge benefactors to the arts department, and we thank them. With that, it's time our performance finishes its cycle with one final piece, Aloha Oi. This traditional Hawaiian piece was believed to be written as its composer, Queen Liliuokalani, watched a couple embrace and depart. The English translation is, "Until we meet again." So we finish with an element of hope. The novel coronavirus has us making music at home and performing as a virtual choir, but our time together is cycling back. In the words of Queen Liliuokalani, "Fond memories bring me back and renew sweet ones of the past. One fond embrace before I depart, until we meet again."
The final piece of our program is Aloha Oi. The title roughly translates from the Hawaiian to farewell to you. The original song was written by Queen Liliuokalani, inspired by a Hawaiian colonel embracing a young woman. Though the words have a bittersweet promise of reunion, the same cannot be said of the fate of Liliuokalani and her kingdom. Through a series of trade disputes and scuffles, a band of foreign insurrectionists and locals overthrew the Hawaiian monarchy and seized control of the islands during Liliuokalani's reign. Though she fought to restore the kingdom, the crafty American and European businessmen successfully stole the land and became its new leaders. There would be no promise of reunification, as the words in the song hope for.